Number 10. Taylor Swift. Taylor and Hailey have both had their trouble with being involved in drama over the years. However, they haven't had direct problems between each other up until recently. The social media drama happened when a video resurfaced showing Hailey and the rapper Method Man during an episode of Drop the Mic. In the clip, Hailey was seen rolling her eyes and sticking out her tongue when Method Man said, "Hollywood's top stars face off in a one-on-one battle, full of the meanest lyrics about celebrities since Taylor Swift's last album." The video even made it to Selena Gomez's For You page. But unfortunately for Hailey, Selena was quick to defend her friend and commented, "So sorry, my best friend is and continues to be one of the best in the game. We all know how close Taylor and Selena are, so of course this isn't going to help Hailey in her case of not being a mean girl." Selena even said when talking about Taylor, "I never fit in with the cool girls that are celebrities. My only friend in the industry really is Taylor. So I remember feeling like I didn't belong." This leaves fans wondering if maybe there was some bad blood before this that led to her gagging over Taylor. Though the two were never necessarily close, it doesn't seem like there was much hatred beforehand. Hailey even shared her positive feedback online about the film Cats, which Taylor starred in, saying, "My Christmas gift from the universe is the release of Cats the movie." Rumors have also been surfacing as to if this could be an extension of the feud between Taylor and Justin Bieber, not only from the history between Justin and her best friend Selena, but because he is also close to his manager Scooter Braun. This is also the man that bought her all of her music catalog and who she claims bullied her alongside Justin. Though Taylor has not yet publicly said anything about Hailey, it really does seem tense, but we all know she is Team Selena. Number 9. Selena Gomez. Selena and Hailey have had a long and complex relationship through the years. They both met Justin Bieber back in 2009, and from then they have both had an interesting relationship with the singer. Hailey even tweeted her support for the couple back in 2010 when she was just 13. But since Justin and Hailey's marriage in 2018, the media has pitted them against each other, which they have both attempted to shut down, up until recently with the eyebrow drama. In a now deleted post, sharing that she laminated her brow a little bit too much. Within a few hours, Kylie Jenner posted a selfie on her Instagram story with the caption, "This was an accident?" Clearly fans and the media were convinced she was just throwing shade at Selena, considering the text was placed over her brows. She then went on to post a screenshot of a FaceTime between her and Hailey, which was zoomed in on both of their eyebrows. This spiraled all over social media, with most fans coming to the support of Selena. The singer hasn't been one to get involved in social media drama and has even gone off the platforms to preserve her peace in the past. But when this began getting out of control, Kylie saw the video and explained the bullying against Selena. She commented, "This is reaching. No shade towards Selena ever, and I didn't even see her eyebrow post. You guys are making something out of nothing and this is silly." To which Selena responded, "Agreed." Though Hailey hasn't publicly said anything about this alleged drama, Selena is clearly over it. After sharing a makeup tutorial on TikTok, she wrote in the comments, "Thank you and love you all so much. I'm deeply grateful for each and every one of you humans. You make me unbelievably happy." She then added, "Please be kinder and consider others' mental health. My heart has been so heavy and I only want good for everyone. All my love." Number 8. Shawn Mendes. The relationship or situationship between Hailey and Shawn is a bit complicated. Shawn more or less has admitted they were involved in the past, but they both refused to put a label on their past relationship. Shawn said in an interview with Rolling Stone, "I don't even want to put a title on it. I think it was more of a zone of limbo." After being seen holding hands during Halloween and then cuddling over the holidays, it seemed that they were keeping it pretty casual, probably due to the distance. The two ended up being each other's date to the Met Gala in May, but by June, Hailey was already back with Justin and engaged just a month later. At the time, Shawn claimed he wasn't bitter, saying to Patrick Doyle from the Rolling Stones, "I get it, you know. I'm really happy for them." Patrick said when recalling this conversation, "It seems like he might be about to say something more about how it all went down, but he stops himself. You can't control your heart." Though he has never publicly said anything bad about Hailey, they did have an awkward encounter at the 2021 Met Gala. Camila Cabello, Shawn, and the Biebers all ran into each other. Shawn lightly hugged but barely looked at Hailey, focusing more on Justin. The interaction lasted no more than a few seconds, but a few fans thought the whole thing was very cringeworthy. What do you guys think Shawn's true thoughts about Hailey really are? Number 7. Miley Cyrus. During an episode of Carpool Karaoke, Miley made a surprise appearance when Kendall Jenner and Hailey were singing Party in the USA. Later in the episode, Miley and Hailey revealed that they have known each other since they were kids, and the singer even admitted to bullying Hailey in the past. Miley says, "I would be evil to her. She would try to play with us us and we would lock her out of the room and just be evil. She went on to say, "I had to. I made you who you are, you know. It made you stronger. Now you can take the trolls because I was such a troll." Hailey replied by saying, "She prepared me for the industry." Though Miley hasn't commented recently on Hailey, Selena has shown her love for Miley in a recent Instagram post. After posting a makeup-less selfie, she captioned the photo with "Violet Chemistry." Violet Chemistry is a song on Miley's new album Endless Summer Vacation. This seems to be enough for fans to assume Selena is for Miley and most likely vice versa. Not only that, but she looks like she doesn't follow Hailey on Instagram anymore, but she does follow Selena. Number 6. Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez and Selena Gomez have publicly showed love for each other in the past. Selena even took to Instagram after seeing J-Lo's concert in 2018 and messaged the singer saying, "I wanted to tell you how much you inspired me tonight. I haven't felt that free in my entire life. I love you so much." J-Lo then shared the message on her own Instagram saying, "I love you, Selena." We all know they are close, and maybe that's the reason J-Lo ended up unfollowing Hailey on her platforms. Either way, there could be more to this relationship going on behind the scenes, or maybe it's just a friend supporting a friend. Number 5. Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams has been pretty public about her thoughts on Hailey and the Baldwin family in general over the years. When Hailey and Justin got engaged in July 2018, Wendy seemed to have some opinions on the whole thing. She said in her show to her studio audience, "I think the Baldwins look at Bieber as a cash cow. I think Stephen Baldwin, Hailey's father, likes to be more relevant again to young people in pulp culture, and Bieber is a quick way to do that. I don't believe this marriage will last." This isn't the first time Wendy has bashed the relationship though. Just 3 days before the couple even got engaged, Wendy said on her show that Hailey only has Justin's attention until Selena comes back into the picture. She also commented on Hailey's engagement ring, speculating that Justin most likely had that ring for a while and was planning on giving it to Selena. Not only that, but she also applauded Kylie Jenner and said that she upstaged the bride, referring to Kylie's look at Hailey and Justin's wedding. At the end of the day, it just seems like she's not really a fan of the model. Number 4. Patty Millette. Let's talk about Justin Bieber's mom, Patty. Fans have speculated that Patty has been sharing her subtle opinions on the feud between Hailey and Selena through her tweets. At the end of February, during the whole ordeal, she said, "Hate is ugly. Don't be ugly." Though we're not entirely sure if she's defending her daughter-in-law or Selena. One user wrote, "Bullying and body shaming in 2023 at this big age is so childish and disgusting. She needs to be stopped. Your daughter-in-law has been bullying Selena for years. We are tired. Please tell her to leave our girl alone." Other fans though believe Patty's tweet could be a way of siding with Selena due to her past speculations of her true feelings toward Hailey. Before Justin's engagement to Hailey, Patty's Twitter bio read, "Yes, Justin Bieber is my son. I have many other great qualities besides being his mom." Though this was her bio for quite a while, she later removed it, and things began believing something wasn't right between the mother and son. Fans speculated that due to the new engagement to Hailey, she didn't want to reference her son anymore in her bio. Patty even went on to like tweets about fast engagements. This left social media users wondering if Patty's recent tweet is in support of her son's ex or for her daughter-in-law. Number 3. Pia Mia. Former best friend of Kylie Jenner, Pia has now taken the side on the drama with Hailey and Selena, and it looks to fans as though she's chosen Selena. Pia uploaded a video to her TikTok account of a Get Ready With Me makeup tutorial. She even used Selena and Rima's song Calm Down in the background. Her fans loved the public support of the singer, and many took to the comments. One user wrote, "We hear you loud and clear, queen," as well as "Pia has spoken without saying a thing." Another added, "Staying on the right side of history, I see. Though she has never said she hated Hailey, it appears she might just like Selena a little bit more." Number 2. Jenna Ortega. It seems the drama continues for Hailey, and it's looking like some celebs just aren't in support of her publicly. After Hailey lost more than 700,000 followers in just 4 days, you can assume some of those were celebrity peers. One of those being Jenna Ortega. But she does still currently follow Selena, which can't be a great feeling for Hailey. It looks like the drama continues as more and more celebrities are being a bit more open about their thoughts on both Selena and Hailey. What do you guys think about Jenna unfollowing Hailey? And number 1, we have Jordan Woods. Jordan Woods, who is another one of Kylie Jenner's former best friends, but they seem to have a falling out after Jordan was accused of kissing Tristan Thompson. Kylie even ended putting Jordy lip kit on sale during the peak of the scandal. Now more recently, we know how close Kylie and Hailey have gotten, leaving many fans interested if Jordan would have something to say about the drama that is currently going on. And it seems she did, and it's definitely not as subtle as an unfollow on Instagram. Jordan took to her Snap story at the end of February, shouting out Selena's makeup brand, Rare Beauty. She wrote, "Love this lip liner," before showing the product and writing, "If you're wondering about the shade color." Fans seem to love this love towards Selena and diss to Hailey and Kylie. One Twitter user wrote, "Watching Jordyn Woods' Snap story, not her posting a Rare Beauty lip liner. I love that." Fans couldn't get over her posting, with another writing, "Jordyn Woods posting Selena's lip liner, what a queen," and adding Jordyn wearing Rare Beauty lip liner during the whole drama. If you know, you know.
Number 10. Shawn Mendes. Shawn Mendes is the most recent celebrity to cancel a world tour when he announced just last week that he would be canceling the rest of the dates of his Wonder Tour. This followed a 3-week postponement that came only 1 week into it. He put out a full statement saying that the reason for the cancellation was that he was just not prepared to undertake a full world tour and wasn't able to put his all into the performances. In the statement he said, "The reality is I was not at all ready for how difficult touring would be after this time away. We were hopeful that I might be able to pick up with the rest of the dates after some much needed time off, but at this time I have to put my health as my first priority." While he did receive a lot of messages of support after the announcement, there are always those who will be disappointed. Messages on Twitter included things like, "Maybe he should get back together with Camilla, he was fine then," and "I'll tell my boss the same thing and see how that flies." Number 9. The Jonas Brothers. Nick, Joe, and Kevin were part of one of the most popular boy bands at the time, the Jonas Brothers, and in 2013 they were preparing to go on a tour together. But before the first of the 19 shows was even able to kick off, they cancelled it, citing the reasoning as a deep rift between them and a disagreement over the direction of their music. Hopeful teenage female fans received refunds for their tickets but were still hopeful for the chance to see them again. But they would be absolutely crushed when shortly after this announcement the Jonas Brothers broke up. They apparently had a meeting where they met together and shared various sentiments like not feeling emotionally invested in the band and feeling like they all needed to go on their own separate journeys. Fans of the group started blaming different brothers for the breakup and trying to figure out which brother they could focus their sadness and aggression on. Number 8. Summer Walker. R&B singer Summer Walker was on tour throughout the United States when she canceled the rest of her tour, which was over 24 dates, citing her social anxiety as the reason. In a video she said, "I'm not going to be able to finish this tour because it doesn't really coexist with my social anxiety and my introverted personality. I'm a person, I have feelings, I get tired, I get sad, and it's just a lot." The announcement seemed to come after she started receiving hate for not being very interactive or talkative during her meet and greet sessions. One fan called it anticlimactic and disappointing, saying, "Not only did she move the meet and greet last minute to after the show, the meet and greet itself was literally 5 seconds. I knew she was an introvert and kind of closed off, but there was no effort in this at all whatsoever." Other messages on social media said things like, "She really gets on my everlasting nerve," and "This girl is just throwing her career away." Number 7. Shakira. As I recently reported, Shakira recently split from her longtime partner Gerard Piqué, and as it turns out, this relationship actually had an effect on her music and touring as well. They apparently had issues with infidelity, and while Shakira was on tour, they got into a screaming match against each other in the middle of the street. This apparently caused her to damage her vocal cords and lose her voice, leading to her having to cancel multiple dates on her tour. She put out a statement in Spanish saying that she needed to be on vocal rest, and towards the end of 2017 said she would be canceling tour dates until the following year. Fans were rightfully disappointed as many had put money and other preparations into hopefully seeing the star live, and for it to be cancelled at the last minute was pretty upsetting. Messages said things like, "Why am I not surprised?" and "I hope Shakira goes on hiatus for 5 years. Her fans are so annoying, that's what they deserve." Number 6. Drake. In 2019, Drake was on tour and on his way to Europe when he unexpectedly announced that a few of the dates were going to be changed around. He was on his Assassination Vacation tour when he cancelled his show on April 23rd and moved his 2 other Amsterdam dates ahead 10 days. This made many have flashbacks to the time in 2017 when his Amsterdam shows for the Boy Meets World tour were outright cancelled at the very last minute, later having been revealed to be due to an unforeseen illness and doctors preventing Drake from performing. Many fans who were planning to see the show were absolutely furious hearing about the change, as this ruined a lot of people's plans. One person said, "Booked hotel and booked flights to Amsterdam and Drake moves the date 10 days forward, and another said, why does Drake always cancel his shows, man? Of course I had tickets for the 23rd, which is the only date that's cancelled. Number 5. Meghan Trainor. In 2015, the All About That bass singer Meghan Trainor was on a tour in North America. However, it was suddenly put on hold when she announced that she had suffered a vocal cord hemorrhage, the same thing that Shakira had said when she lost her voice fighting her husband. Meghan said that she was canceling tour dates because she was going forward with getting surgery to fix the situation once and for all. She said that she also had bronchitis at the time and was coughing a lot and had pushed herself over the edge. Trainor said she was devastated, scared, and so sorry, but determined to do what it takes to get better and come back around stronger than ever. While lots of people were sending her messages of recovery and feeling better, there were others on Twitter saying hurtful things like, she's trash anyways, wish it was a brain hemorrhage, and hopefully this will mean less trash coming out of my speakers. Number 4. Justin Bieber. Last month it was revealed that Justin Bieber was suffering from Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, which left half of his face paralyzed, announcing the news in a video that left many fans and other viewers shocked. As a result, he had to cancel the remaining United States dates of his Justice World Tour. The announcement said that he was continuing to receive the best medical care possible and was looking forward to getting back on the road to perform for his overseas fans later on in the summer. In the video he posted, Justin said, "This is pretty serious, as you can see. I wish this wasn't the case, but obviously my body is telling me I need to slow down." People on Twitter said things like, Justin Bieber cancels his tour again. That's one person going home to mommy a little bit sooner. This also isn't the first time that Justin has canceled a tour, and many seem to notice the trend, having said things in the past like, Justin Bieber touring again means a lot of upset fans when he cancels mid-tour again. Number 3. Iggy Azalea. In 2018, Iggy Azalea attempted to make her comeback with a United States tour called Bad Girls and introducing new music. However, it didn't seem to work as her music didn't do very well, and she ended up canceling her tour before it even started. The month it was supposed to start, her touring partner released a statement announcing it and that people could start getting refunds on their tickets. She said that it was out of her hands and not her choice, but she never gave the actual reason for the cancellation. Iggy said, "Believe me, I was really excited for this tour and I'm genuinely disappointed it can't happen this year." It was later revealed that the reason for the cancellation was because she had gone from being paid $330,000 for the tour to only $30,000. She had also previously canceled a tour in 2015 for low ticket sales and needing a break, leaving people saying things like, "Must be really exhausting having no career or accolades worth mentioning, and she's gonna lose fan base quick if she keeps doing this. Not a good look." Number 2. Kanye West. In 2016, Kanye West was forced to cancel his St. Pablo tour after he seemed to have a breakdown and ended up being hospitalized. He famously went on a political rant on stage at one of his shows, making comments on various different politicians and even other performers. He called out Beyonce and said, "I've been sitting here to give y'all my truth even at the risk of my own life, even at the risk of my own success, my own career." And hashtag Kanye West is over party went trending on Twitter as he received tons of hate from Beyonce's Beehive. He was apparently dealing with substance abuse issues at the time and checked himself into a psychiatric center. Kanye has often had a divided following, with people seeming to either love him or hate him, and those who hated him definitely showed up following the announcement, saying things on social media like, "Nobody was going anyway," and tiresome little man. Number 1. Adele. Adele was set to take up a residency performing in shows in Las Vegas, but cancelled it just one day before the very first performance was set to happen. She said that the show just wasn't ready yet, but she would fix it so it could happen later this year. In an Instagram live video, she explained her reasoning, saying, "I definitely felt everyone's disappointment and I was devastated, and I was frightened about letting them down. I thought I could pull it together and make it work, and I couldn't. I stand by that decision. I'm not going to just do a show because I have to, or because people are going to be let down, or because we're going to lose loads of money." And people definitely were let down. Adele receiving so much backlash that she said it affected her heavily. In an interview, she said, "I was a shell of a person for a couple months. I just had to wait it out and just grieve it, I guess. Just grieve the shows and get over the guilt. But it was brutal."
Starting us off at number 10, Drake. Drake has been around for some time now, and he still gets a good amount of hype, but people seem to really dislike him too. It seems that over the years, Drake has lost quite a lot of popularity for a number of reasons. The biggest reason people hate him, according to some sources, has to do with his music. Obviously. A lot of people are bored of Drake's music because it all sounds the same, and there are a lot of people who hate on Drake because he's been accused of cultural appropriation. We're back to this thing again. People say that he's a culture vulture because he incorporates different sounds and cultural vibes into his work. Drake has shut this down, saying that the definition of appropriating a culture is not supporting that culture, and Drake says that he always makes sure to give proper credit to anyone or anything that he features in his work. I honestly don't think he deserves so much hate for his music. Obviously, not everyone's going to like his music, and I personally don't listen to his stuff, but he doesn't seem too bothered by what people say about what he creates, and I can respect that. At number 9, Kristen Stewart. You wouldn't think that people are still hating on Kristen Stewart after all these years, but looks like people still hold a grudge. When you ask Google why she's hated so much, oh boy, do you get a hell of a lot of answers. The most common reason why people seem to hate the Twilight alum is, well, for Twilight. People hate her for her acting in the film and have pretty much labeled her as an emotionless actor ever since, but I don't think that's true. Kristen is actually a very good actor, it's just the role that was poorly written. Sorry to all the Twilight fans. The character of Bella Swan is pretty plain. She doesn't really evolve much over the course of the saga, and she's kinda stale, so of course when someone portrays her, they're gonna look like a robot. Kristen doesn't deserve to be hated on for doing her job. Since everyone thinks she's got the personality of a cyborg, maybe that just means that she played the part well. In at number 8, Megan Fox. Megan Fox has had her share of ups and downs in the media. People hate her for a number of reasons, and frankly, she doesn't deserve it. First, she got hate when she didn't return for the third Transformers movie, and when an open letter came out bashing the actress, people pretty much jumped on board the Let's Hate Megan train. She's continued to receive hate because she speaks out about her feminist views, and people don't like that for some odd reason. She also continues to get crap for speaking out against sexism in the film industry. She's basically been shamed and ridiculed for years for absolutely no good reason. But she's kept her chin up and I applaud her for that, but come on guys, she's never done anything bad to anyone. At number 7, Millie Bobby Brown. Stranger Things actress Millie Bobby Brown is really making a name for herself at such a young age. She's one of the least problematic celebrities out there, but for some reason people like to hate on her. Many people dislike her because she looks too grown up for her age, but hey, things can be so much worse. She's around the same age as TikToker Danielle Cohen, and she looks much more mature than Danielle. Yeah, she dresses a certain way, but it's a little more sophisticated, and there's nothing wrong with that. People have also made a sort of Millie Bobby Brown hate propaganda trend, where they would make up false stories where Millie did something offensive or mean to them to make her look bad. This can only be summed up to jealousy. When people are sending this kind of hate towards someone, it has to be because they wish they had what she did. She was a breakout star in a Netflix show and gained a lot of fame for it. She's done charity work, created a cosmetics brand, and is doing really well for herself. She's never been in a big scandal, so really, she deserves love, not hate. At number 6, Lizzo. Lizzo is a bad bitch. I'm gonna put that out there. I love how unapologetic she is and how she embraces all feedback, good and bad. Lizzo is pretty unproblematic, but she still gets a lot of hate, mostly pertaining to her weight. There are a lot of body shamers out there, and I've seen a few myself, and it's just so unnecessary. No one should comment on anyone's body or their weight or anything. Earlier this year, fitness celebrity Jillian Michaels famously commented on Lizzo's weight. Though some saw it as constructive and others didn't, there's still no reason anything had to be said. There are also multiple Reddit posts that discuss why people dislike Lizzo and her music. Again, most people comment on her weight, and some even dislike the way she dresses because they don't believe that someone with her body type should be able to wear certain things. Lizzo promotes body positivity and inclusivity, and personally, I respect the hell out of her for it, so don't hate. Halfway through at number 5, Justin Bieber. I'm not gonna lie, I used to be a Bieber hater. Well, not so much of a hater per se, I was more of the person who groaned whenever my friends would mention him. Over the years, Justin Bieber has been less than nice, and he's had his fair share of controversies in the past, from being arrested to abusing illegal substances, and really just being involved in a lot of drama. But I believe he's changed for the better and is turning his life around. He's a married man now and seems to be less into shenanigans than he used to be. Yeah, sure, he's released some questionable music that has still left me wondering what exactly that yummy yum is, but he's still grown since then. Nowadays, he's a little more chill and seems to be more focused on his family. I think that he doesn't deserve hate from his followers, but more so patience. He came out of a pretty crazy childhood and is now beginning to figure things out for himself. In at number 4, JoJo Siwa. A lot of people have been hating on former dance mom, star turned YouTuber JoJo Siwa. Haters have been making fun of her because they say that she doesn't act her age. The 17-year-old has built her business and image off her bright and eccentric personality and her signature bows and glitter. People are always criticizing her image, saying that she's too childish. JoJo has shut down her critics many times, saying that she doesn't care what they think about her, and I applaud her for that. While these people are over here talking about how she should grow up, JoJo's laughing all the way to the bank. JoJo has a net worth of about $12 million, so really the haters mean nothing. She sells so much merchandise and hosts successful tours all over the world. So no one should really be hating her. They should be writing this down, taking notes on how to be successful, because this girl's got it. In at 3, the entire Riverdale cast. The entire cast of the CW show Riverdale get an enormous amount of hate, and they really shouldn't. I get it, the show isn't good. We all know that. But it's not their fault, it's the writing. I watched Riverdale and I've never missed an episode. I'm not saying it's good because it isn't, but there's just something that had me hooked since day one. The show's reputation has taken a beating over the years, and this has really affected the cast and sent them a lot of hate. Many viewers commented on the fact that the cast can't act, but I don't think that's entirely true. Many of them have booked roles outside of the show and are doing pretty well for themselves. Although there are so many Reddit pages who tear them and the show apart, the cast shouldn't really be receiving any hate for their job. They're just trying to make a living with what they've been given, even if what they've been given hasn't been the best show on television. Still, they're out here trying to succeed in the film industry, and that's hard enough as it is without receiving buttloads of hate in the process. At number 2, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is someone who deserves our sympathy more than hate right now. For a long time, people hated this guy because of the allegations against him for his ex-wife. But now that we know the truth about what really went on during his relationship with Amber Heard, we know that he didn't warrant any of the hate that he's been given. For years, Hollywood shunned him, his fans left, and he was really just left with the remnants of a broken career. He faced backlash for everything because it's a label given to him by the tabloids of being an abuser. A lot of people had lost respect for him until recently, when fans realized that they were wrong for bashing him. Johnny is now starting to rebuild his career and his life now that his name has basically been cleared of being an abuser like everyone thought he was. So guys, don't send him hate, send him love. Finally, at number 1, Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle is my queen. I look up to her so much. I've looked up to her for a while, not only because she's a good role model to a lot of young girls, but because I sort of relate to her more because she comes from a similar background as me. She started off as an actress and became a duchess after marrying Prince Harry, but quickly, people turned on her, especially the British tabloids. The hate got so bad that she and Harry had to take a step back from royal duties so that they could live in peace. She's received a lot of hate for being an American, for being a woman of color, for being an actress, and for breaking royal traditions, among other things. The British press had a lot of nasty things to say about her for a long time, but no one stops to think about all the good that she's done with the platform she's been given. She's worked with World Vision as a global ambassador, she's an advocate for the United Nations, she stands up for gender equality, and has worked with a lot of charities. She's faced harsh criticisms because she just didn't fit in with a certain group, but she doesn't deserve the hate at all.
And at number 10, Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith and Kylie Jenner dated at one point in time. The pair had grown up together and their friendship blossomed into a romantic relationship. But of course, the teenage relationship did not last long, and Kylie and Jaden broke up in 2014. Apparently, Kylie is the one that cut the cord, and since the split, Jaden has not been able to get over her. Kylie and her ex-BFF Jordan Woods apparently met because of Jaden, and after meeting, Kylie and Jordan were inseparable. So the fight between Kylie and Jordan that ended their friendship also put a strain on Kylie and Jaden. And it's clear the Smith family took Jordan's side in the fight, considering Jordan went on the Red Table Talk to speak about the scandal right after. And at number 9, Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez was never really friends with the Kardashians, but her on and off again boyfriend Justin Bieber was. And I'm sure you know where this is going. During the time that Selena and Justin were a thing, Selena felt that Kylie was making the moves on Justin. Selena and Kylie apparently got into a confrontation in 2014 at Justin's house. According to sources, Kylie sent sexy images of herself to Justin, and that's what started the fight. Selena saw the pictures on Justin's phone and she freaked out and left immediately. It seemed after this debacle, Selena realized her and the Kardashians would never be real friends with her, and it was all for show, to enhance their brands. Other sources also claim that Selena stopped being friends with the Jenners because of their use of substances like drinking and partying, but the Jenners denied those claims. And at number 8, Blac Chyna. There's absolutely no doubt in anyone's mind that Blac Chyna hates Kylie Jenner. I think pretty much anyone would hate the woman that your boyfriend left you for. Back in 2014, Blac Chyna was in a long-term relationship with Tyga. The pair even had a son together. But that all changed when Kylie came into the picture, and Tyga left Chyna for a 16-year-old Kylie. After they started dating, it was clear that a lot of the world had a problem with it, but none more than Blac Chyna, who was left to take care of their son alone. At this time, tons of Chyna's friends and family were shading Kylie for breaking up a family, including Amber Rose. Apparently, Kim was even friends with Chyna while she was with Tyga, and Kim said that Chyna was devastated when she found out Tyga was leaving her and their 3-year-old son King Cairo for Kylie. Years later, Chyna would get in a long-term relationship with Rob Kardashian, Kylie's half-brother, and have a child with him. Some even speculate Blac Chyna got with Rob purely out of spite, so she could make Kylie's life hell. So I guess here, Chyna got the last laugh. And at number 7, Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer does not keep her opinions to herself, so when she was asked to comment on the Kardashians, she savagely came after the family, specifically Kylie. A lot of people don't like the family for silly reasons, but Keke is concerned about Kylie's impact. Kylie has revealed that she's gotten plastic surgery to fix a lot of the things she was insecure about as a kid, but Keke does not approve. She believes that Kylie went about dealing with her insecurities in the wrong way, and hates the fact that she's praised for this paid glow up. In an interview about the Kardashians, Keke said, quote, "In the sense of the Kardashians, it's like, I'm going to show you so much perfect and be everything a woman should be or everything a man would like to love." She then went on to speak about Kylie and how everyone labeled Kylie the ugly duckling of the family when she was younger. Quote, "Then she went and did apparently everything the world deems as beautiful. The even crazier part is that everybody loves her for it." And at number 6, Kylie Minogue. Before there was Kylie Jenner, Kylie Minogue was the most famous Kylie, but tension started between the ladies when they got in a trademark feud over their shared name. It started when Jenner tried to trademark the name Kylie in 2015. According to the US Patent and Trademark Office, in 2015 Jenner tried to register Kylie in the US for quote advertising services and endorsement services, but Kylie Minogue's team filed her own charges to ensure the trademark did not go through. Minogue claimed it would be quote damage to her own reputation. In the legal document, Minogue's team classified Jenner as a quote secondary reality television personality known for her photographic exhibitionism and controversial posts on social media. Pretty savage. And then Minogue tweeted quote, "Hello, my name is Kylie, #lightyears," insinuating she was here way before Kylie Jenner. And after all that shade, the two clearly do not like each other. Halfway to number 5, Madison Beer. Madison Beer and Kylie Jenner run in similar social circles, so you'd assume that they have a lot in common and maybe they could even turn into friends. But that's not the case, because Madison called out Kylie for allegedly stealing. Madison Beer accused Kylie of stealing her purple palette idea back in 2017. In October, Kylie released her purple palette from her Kylie Cosmetics brand, and soon after the collection was made public, Madison shaded Kylie on Instagram, alleging that Kylie betrayed her. At that time, Madison posted, quote, "When people fully steal your idea and what they come out with was supposed to be a collab. Whack." So clearly Madison and Kylie were supposed to collab on the palette, but Kylie then released it without Madison and didn't tell her. The collab was never confirmed, but apparently Madison teased it to the paparazzi months before. A follower then called at Madison for quote, thinking she invented purple eyeshadow, and Madison clapped back savagely, calling the user very unintelligent. So clearly that whole thing hit quite a nerve. And at number 4, Lourdes Leon. Lourdes Leon, daughter of Madonna, dissed Kylie after Lourdes was invited to Kylie's birthday party in 2015. Apparently she finds the Kardashian family vile and was horrified about the invite. A source revealed that Lourdes shaded Kylie over her social media activity and selfie taking. After she received the invite, the source exposed, quote, "She couldn't believe Kylie thought she'd be receptive to a party invite and has completely ignored her. As far as she's concerned, she's not going to lower herself to even responding," adding that Lourdes is very picky about who she spends her time with and Kylie does not make the cut. The source added that Lourdes' friends are, quote, "much more interested in changing the world than in taking selfies." And at number 3, Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star and the Kardashians have a love-hate relationship, but usually it's hate. Jeffree specifically went after Kylie following the release of Kylie Cosmetics, because at that time, Kylie was his main competitor in the online market. Their feud is pretty much one-sided, but I'm sure Kylie has seen all the shade that Jeffree's dished out. Back when Jeffree was famous for his makeup reviews, he reviewed Kylie Cosmetics on multiple occasions, and more often than not, he trashed her products. When reviewing her over $300 brush set, he called it cheap dollar store product. Jeffree and Shane Dawson also reviewed Kylie Cosmetics, and again did not keep their negative opinions to themselves. Jeffree even shaded Kylie's billionaire Forbes cover, saying, quote, "I declined the feature, so they had to pick someone." In at number 2, Amanda Stenberg. The Kardashians are constantly getting into scandals, usually having to do with cultural appropriation or blackfishing. Actress Amanda Stenberg had enough and needed to slam Kylie's problematic behavior. Kylie got tons of heat after she decided to style her hair in cornrows. Then Amanda shared her thoughts on Twitter, writing, quote, "When you appropriate black features and culture but fail to use a position of power to help black Americans by directing attention towards your wigs instead of police brutality or racism." Amanda decided to explain herself in a video she posted after called "Don't Cash Crop on My Cornrow," where she explained that there's a thin line between cultural appropriation and appreciation, but in this case it's clear that Kylie has taken something racially charged and made it high fashion, which is disrespectful. And finally at number 1, Paris Jackson. Kylie has undertaken plenty of business ventures in her day, but one venture was so out of touch that it got the attention of Paris Jackson. Kendall and Kylie got tons of backlash when they released a series of vintage tees for their clothing line, showcasing photos of legends like the Notorious B.I.G., Tupac Shakur, The Doors, and Ozzy Osbourne, beside their own faces on the t-shirts. Tons of celebrities called out the sisters for their tone-deaf decision, including Paris Jackson, the daughter of the late Michael Jackson. Paris took to Twitter and wrote, quote, "As a huge fan of Zeppelin, The Doors, Floyd, I mean these bands literally helped shape who I am today. I can't condone this fashion. Legends like these who completely changed our world today, not just the music world, should be respected and honored, not turned into this. Pink Floyd is not Chanel, Led Zeppelin is not Michael Kors, Metallica is not Givenchy. Don't get it twisted." Along with getting tons of heat, the sisters were also slapped with multiple lawsuits from the estates of these late artists. So of course, they stopped selling the shirts pretty quickly. First up at number 10, Kate Moss lie. One of the most talked about things to come out of Amber Heard's testimony was her assertion that Johnny Depp had gotten physical with his past girlfriend, Kate Moss. While Heard was talking about an altercation between Depp and her sister Whitney, Heard said that she recalled a rumor that Depp pushed Moss down the stairs, and that's when she sprung into action to defend her sister. After Amber brought this to light, Depp's lawyers decided to bring Moss in for questioning. Depp's lawyer asked if Moss was ever pushed down the stairs by Johnny, and she denied it. She stated that at one point during their trip it was very rainy, and she ended up slipping and falling down a flight of stairs at the hotel. Once this happened, she called out for help, and Johnny came running to pick her up and do whatever she needed. When the lawyer asked if Depp had ever gotten physical with her at any time, Moss continued that he never, quote, "pushed me, kicked me, or threw me down any stairs." And at number 9, ACLU donation lie. One of the worst cases of Amber Heard lying on the stand is in regards to her donation to the ACLU, since it's so easy to get to the truth. During her divorce proceedings, Amber went on record stating that she would donate the proceeds from her divorce to Children's Hospital of LA and the ACLU within 10 years, claiming at the time she did not care about the money, rather she just wanted justice for what she had gone through. However, Depp's team brought to light that Amber never donated the money that she pledged she would. In court, an ACLU executive stated that they did not get anywhere close to the $3.5 million that she claimed. Terrence Doherty said the nonprofit received 4 donations in Amber's name so far, totaling only $1.3 million, and only $350,000 of that came from her directly. The remainder and largest portion of the money came from Elon Musk, her former boyfriend. Amber also took credit for a $100,000 donation made by Johnny Depp, go figure. And at number 8, leaked phone call. Probably the biggest bombshell over the course of the divorce were these leaked phone calls between Johnny and Amber, and of course these calls were brought to light once again during the recent trial. In these phone calls, Amber admitted to hitting Depp. In the call, Heard said, quote, "I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. I was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched." Adding, quote, "I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you, I did not punch you, I was hitting you." Depp then replied, "I left last night. Honestly, I swear to you because I just couldn't take the idea of more physicality, more physical harm on one another." Heard finished off saying, quote, "I can't promise you I won't get physical again. God, I effing sometimes get so mad I lose it." So in this call, Amber not only admits to harming Johnny Depp, but she also tries to shame him and tell him that she didn't even hit him that hard. And at number 7, pooped in their bed. This one is straight up disgusting, but the couple's housekeeper exposed that Amber Heard pooped in their bed while Heard was in but the couple's housekeeper exposed that Amber Heard pooped in their bed while the couple was married. Housekeeper Hilda Vargas said in a written statement that she found the feces and knew they were human. Vargas added that after she told this to Johnny, Amber Heard approached her and told her the photos had destroyed her marriage. The housekeeper said she apologized to Amber, adding, quote, "I was very nervous and so I apologized, even though I did not believe that their marital problems were my fault or that I had done anything wrong." And she finished off saying, quote, "She has a bad temper in my opinion, and I did not want her to yell at me." Depp stated in court that Amber tried to blame it on their dogs, but he is convinced it came from Amber or one of her friends. And number 6, forced assistant to lie. In their divorce trial, Johnny Depp's former estate manager has testified that he lied under oath because Amber Heard forced him to do so, or she threatened he would lose his job. This was after Amber was charged with bringing her dogs to Australia illegally and not abiding by the country's restrictions on animal travel. Kevin Murphy, the estate manager, said during the trial, quote, "Amber wanted me to say essentially that it was my fault in one way or another that the paperwork wasn't completed, so that I could take the blame for her." Murphy's statement claimed that Heard said to him, quote, "I want your help on this. I wouldn't want you to have a problem with your job." After being pressured into it, Murphy decided to lie under oath to not get in trouble with Amber. Because of this shocking revelation, Heard was investigated for perjury by Australian officials. Halfway number 5, inconsistencies in her story. Since the internet is clearly on Depp's side in regards to the trial, after Amber Heard took the stand to testify, the internet immediately started dissecting her testimony. Viral TikToks even show people acting out her retelling of events, and it makes literally no sense. In one TikTok, the audio hears Amber claiming she was sitting on the edge of a couch. Then she says how she was on the floor looking at how dirty the rug is. Painted the picture that her version of events makes no sense. A tweet breaking down another event said, quote, "I walked out of the bedroom and he slapped me in the face. I turned around to face him and said, 'Johnny, you just hit me.'" The user pointed out that you cannot be slapped by someone and then turn around to face them. And at number 4, Heard copying Depp's outfits. This is one of the many bizarre things that Amber Heard has done in court that has left everyone scratching their heads. After many days of Amber showing up to court wearing almost the same thing that Johnny had worn the previous day, it became clear to viewers that she was copying his outfits. Some experts even claim this might have been done as an intimidation tactic. Dr. Shannon Curry took to the witness stand and testified that she diagnosed Amber Heard with 2 personality disorders. Dr. Curry claimed that Amber's disorder may cause her to, quote, "take on the identity of the people they are spending time with because it's comforting." Many fans on Twitter pointed out the strange coincidence, noticing how Heard will copy the color and style of whatever Depp wears the next day. And at number 3, Milani Cosmetics contradicts Amber. During the trial, Amber's lawyer stated that Amber would walk around with makeup constantly in her purse in case she ever needed to cover up a bruise that Johnny had given her. In court, the lawyer held up Milani Cosmetics' all-in-one correcting kit while telling the jury how Heard concealed alleged bruises on her face. During the trial, her lawyer held up the makeup and said, quote, "This is what Amber carried in her purse for the entire relationship with Johnny Depp. She's an actor. Do you honestly think she would have left her apartment without makeup? Do you think she would ever have wanted other people to see her bruises and cuts? This is what she used. She became very adept to it." Milani then clapped back in a TikTok video showing that the product held up in court was not released until 2017, 1 year after Heard filed for divorce. So there's no way that Heard could have been covering bruises with that specific makeup. A source close to Heard told People, quote, "Heard's lawyer was using an example of the kind of makeup that she used." And at number 2, stolen story. One of the biggest bombshell allegations against Amber in the course of her divorce has been the accusation that she stole her assault story from her assistant. And she played the story off as her own so she could exploit it for financial gain in the divorce. Heard's former personal assistant testified to the UK High Court that her assault story was used by Amber in Amber's depositions against Depp. The assistant, named Kate James, testified that she told Amber the story in confidence of a horrible incident that happened to her in Brazil that traumatized her. Kate James said on the record, quote, "Amber referred directly to a violent incident that occurred to me 26 years ago, and she twisted it into her own story and she used it for her own use." Adding, "This of course caused me extreme distress and outrage that she would dare to attempt to use the most harrowing experience in my life as her own narrative." And finally, at number 1, Johnny's kids hated her. Throughout the trial, it became clear that Depp's kids with ex-partner Vanessa Paradis did not approve of his relationship with Amber. It was even exposed that Lily Rose did not attend his father's wedding to Amber in 2015. In court, Johnny said, quote, "My daughter Lily Rose did not come to the wedding. She and Miss Heard were not on particularly great terms for several reasons." Johnny Depp also claimed in court that Amber tried to drive a wedge between him and his kids. When talking about how possessive Amber was, Depp said, quote, "Amber had to have me there at all times for her own needs, also alleging she would tell me what a bad father I was and that I had no idea how to parent. When asked in court if Heard had any relationship with Johnny's kids, Depp responded, quote, "It didn't exist. My children are much smarter than me. They refuse to be around her."
At number 10, Jake Paul and FaZe Banks. Jake Paul and FaZe Banks had a messy feud over Alyssa Violet, and things between them blew up. There were tweets and threats to fight, videos, and just so much messiness all around. Though their feud is reportedly over, does this mean that they don't hate each other? Probably not. You have to remember that this all started because FaZe started dating Alyssa, Jake's ex, and from there the and cheating allegations came, and it was all really fabricated to make each man look worse than the other, to make Alyssa want to choose one man over the other. So in this case, it's not just the girl they're fighting for, but it's also their public image. As I said, they were trying to make one another look bad, so at the end of this fight, though settled, they will always be left with what each party said about the other, their allegations, and etc. These guys are both very proud men, so having someone speak poorly of them is no bueno. So I think that even if they're not fighting publicly, they still hate each other for what was said and done. At number 9, Tana Mongeau, Nessa Briella, and Kaylin Berry. Tana Mongeau has something of a track record when it comes to offending people. She's always in some kind of drama online, whether it's because of relationship drama or having said something or done something offensive. This is the case with Nessa Briella. Nessa alleged that Tana and her manager Jordan were mean to her, spoke poorly of her, and accused them of racial microaggressions. Nessa lived with this secret hatred for some time before making a video addressing the situation and calling Tana out for her actions. This exposure also got fellow creator Kaylin Berry to come forward and call Tana out for her behavior and treatment of him, saying that she spread rumors that he had been in trouble with the law and portraying him as an angry black person. Kaylin said that his experiences came from back a few years ago when he worked with Tana on a channel called Trash. Kinda fitting. Both Nessa and Kaylin have been holding onto this hate for so long before finally coming forward earlier this year. Before I carry on with the rest of the list, I want to ask you guys to consider leaving a like on this video. It really helps us out when you do. At number 8, Jeffree Star and James Charles. With everything we know about Dramageddon, or whatever you want to call it, and the feud between Tati, James, and Jeffree, one has to wonder why this became so big. Why did these people have receipts? Why did they feel the need to expose one another? I think it all comes down to hate and jealousy. Tati and James had their thing, but what about Jeffree and James? Though they had done collabs in the past and they were kind of friends, I think that Jeffree had some sort of secret hatred for James. We now know that according to Tati, Jeffree was the one who planted those horrible stories about James, but the fact that he felt the need to bring him down and hold on to receipts for later use kind of shows that behind the scenes, Jeffree had something against James. Maybe it was because he was so successful at a young age, or maybe there was some drama even deeper behind the scenes, but the fact that he felt the need to involve himself in this petty drama and escalate it even more kinda suggests that there was more to the story than we thought. At number 7, Shane Dawson and Logan Paul. Shane Dawson did a documentary series with Jake Paul in 2018, diving into his psyche and life and exposing the fact that people thought he was a sociopath. Though he worked quite closely with Jake and some members of his inner circle, the documentary series seemed to have stirred up some drama between Shane and Logan Paul. It seems as though Logan and other members of the Paul family didn't appreciate the light being cast on Jake and his portrayal as being a potential sociopath. Logan called Shane out on his over-dramatized docuseries and how he was sort of hurt by its content. Logan said that he believes that he falls on the sociopath spectrum, but these videos were making Logan and Jake to be villains in a kind of way, calling it, quote, very misleading. I don't think that there's any hate between them now since the hype surrounding the documentary died down a long time ago, but I'm guessing that there was definitely some tension for a while because the Pauls weren't too pleased how they saw themselves through Shane's lens. At number 6, Addison Rae and Charli D'Amelio. Addison Rae and Charli D'Amelio are two social media powerhouses who are killing it on TikTok and YouTube. Yes, they still count as YouTubers, don't come for me in the comments. Though they seemingly have an okay relationship, it seems like there was a point where Addison secretly hated Charli. In the past, Addison would go through the comments of Charli's posts and would like the negative ones, which said that she was untalented or that she wasn't pretty, and really just hate comments in general. Unfortunately for Addison, she was exposed for her actions and was called out for, in a way, fueling the hate that was directed at Charli. Addison has since apologized for her actions, but it was still shady and showed how the internet can force two women to bring each other down. Addison said that she did these things during a really insecure time in her life, but it's still sad to see these talented girls fighting and having so much negativity between each other. At number 5, Trisha Paytas and the Vlog Squad. Do you guys remember the time when Trisha Paytas broke up with Jason Nash? I kind of do, but honestly all of her breakups and crying videos have all melted together in my mind, so I just picture her sobbing on her kitchen floor at every turn. Bottom line is, when this breakup happened, it was a big deal for her, but Trisha being Trisha, she just can't leave things alone. Trisha's pent-up hatred for the Vlog Squad erupted, and she soon came after the YouTube friend group and blamed them for her relationship's demise, specifically David Dobrik being the one who advised Jason to break up with Trisha. I mean, in David's defense, Trisha was super toxic and just really had to go, but whatever. Trisha didn't just stop with David though. She also said that she had receipts to back up allegations made against Brandon Calvillo and other people in the group. After looking up Trisha's beef, I also found that there was some secret hatred between Trisha and Jeff Wittick from the Vlog Squad, where he was really looking to defend his friends from Trisha's tyranny, so it looks like there was some beef between them too. So much drama, so little patience. At number 4, Antonia Garza and James Charles. Here's some secret beef that I really wasn't aware of. Turns out that there was some bad blood between Antonio Garza and James Charles. Antonio isn't the biggest YouTuber out there, so once she became friends with the likes of James Charles and Tana Mongeau, it was a pretty big deal for her both socially and career-wise. Being friends with these two must have been great for a while, until she was sort of betrayed by them on social media. The drama happened after Coachella one year, and you know Coachella is the biggest event for influencers because that's where all the fits are showcased. It's pretty much fashion week for influencers. Well, just like everyone else, Antonio posted her outfit, but instead of being met with support from her new friends, she was made fun of instead. Though Antonio's fans came to support her, there was still bad blood between Antonio and James after that point. She unfollowed James, and in internet world, being unfollowed is essentially the equivalent of a big old middle finger outside your window. At number 3, Cole Kerrigan and Jake Paul. Cole Kerrigan is a super talented makeup artist, beauty guru, beautiful person online, but he also used to be part of Team 10. If there's anything you know about Team 10, it's that it can be a toxic environment and people don't really stick around for very long. Jake allegedly kicked Cole out for not working as hard as everyone else in Team 10. He wasn't in as many videos, and Jake chalked that all up to Cole being lazy and unproductive. In response, Cole said that the reason why he didn't do as much as the other Team 10 members is because he wasn't given what Jake had promised him as a team member. Cole dove into some of his unpleasant experiences of being part of Jake's team and the stress he felt being in what he called a toxic environment. There was also some drama about a mural and whatnot, but the bottom line here is that Cole and Jake had tensions between them. We may not know how long these tensions have been there, but they no doubt existed. At number 2, Trisha Paytas and the D'Amelios. TikTok drama. It sends a shiver down my spine whenever I talk about it. Well, in the latest TikTok news, Trisha Paytas and the D'Amelios are beefing. This really came out of nowhere, and I really don't know why Trisha is involved in the first place, but it seems as though she has something against these girls. This all started with the snail fiasco from the Dinner with the D'Amelios video that came out, and everyone was upset with Charlie and Dixie for their behavior at dinner and their comments about TikTok followers. With the backlash of this video, Trisha Paytas hopped on Twitter to call these girls out, and everyone was kinda confused, like, Trisha, your problematic self really isn't one to talk, but I digress. Since then, there's been some back and forth drama. Trisha calling the girls entitled, and the girls calling Trisha out on her past drama, then Trisha hitting back with something else, and blah 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 drama. The question here is, where did this all come from? Because Trisha would have had to have something against them to start this beef, so did she secretly hate them before? Probably. Why? Who the hell knows? At number 1, Tana Mongeau and Tila Dunn. There was some secret drama going on between Tana Mongeau and Tila Dunn over Tana's ex, Bella Thorne. Bella had visited her former Disney Channel friend Tila at her house, and they made a TikTok together. At the time, Tila was really into this fun fact sort of TikTok where she would say some random fact to bring attention to herself, really. This time making it a fun fact that she'd never kissed Bella Thorne, and then they kissed. Why? Harmless enough until you remember that Tana and Bella used to date, and so this prompted some beef with Tana. Tana later replied to this video in a TikTok captioning it with, quote, "People really pretend to be my friend," end quote. Tana also took to Twitter to voice her thoughts on the situation, so Tila did the same thing, but she told her fans that everything was fine between them, but she also shaded Tana for her involvement with another influencer relationship. Tana took to TikTok once again to share her seemingly unimpressed reaction to Tila's tweet and Tila's shade. I haven't seen much interaction between the two of them, so I think it's safe to say that there's some shade and hate between the two of them, low-key.